Here we're going to see equations with variables on both sides. So all the equations we've done, no matter how long they've gotten so far, the variable has always only been on one side. So here is the difference. When variables are on both sides, and here's what that means. Notice I'm going to draw a line down the middle. On the left side of the equation, I have an x, and on the right side of the equation, I also have an x. So this is a problem because remember, my goal is to get the x by itself, right? My goal is to have like x equals, or the x can be on this side, right? Either way, but my goal is to have x by itself. So, well, what am I going to do if there's variables on both sides? So here is the key. You've got to move all the variables to one side first. Move variables to one side. That happens first, and then after that, you just do the junk you've been doing, okay? After that, it's not going to be different. So here, if I want to move, I have to either move these 5x's to the other side, and then all the x's will be over here, or I have to move these 2x's to this side, and then they'll all be over here. Either way is fine, but I want you to think of this as like 5 apples over here and 2 apples over here. I can only have the apples on one side, so I have to move them. Now, you can choose, you have a choice. I could do minus 5x. That would take these 5x's and move them off of this side, and then of course, if I did it on one side, I'd do it on the other side. You can always move either direction. For me, I notice here that I have 5 here and 2 here. I'm going to subtract the smaller number of x's. I'm going to write minus 2x. Now, of course, if I do it on one side of the equal sign, I have to do it on the other. Where am I going to write it? Am I going to write it here? No, that's not like terms. It's like terms with this term over here, the other x term. So this is going to cancel. This is 2x minus 2x, that's 0. So over here, this becomes 0 plus 5, which of course is just 5. Over here, 5x minus 2x is 3x. And then bring down minus 4. And now notice this looks very much like something we know how to solve. We deal with addition and subtraction first. Right, this is gone. 5 plus 4 is 9. And we deal with multiplication and division second. And we are done. Okay. Now, I want you to notice I could have subtracted 5x from both sides. I would have gotten the same answer. But the reason that I chose to subtract 2x was if I had subtracted 5x, I would have had negative 3x over here. And it would have been fine. I would have had negative 3x, and it would have equaled negative 9. I would have divided by negative 3 on both sides. I still would have gotten 3 equals x. However, it's just, I don't know, I like to have my coefficient, the number being multiplied by x, I like to have that number positive. Just makes my life a little bit easier. So that's why I chose to subtract 2x. Let's take a look at one more example. Negative 3n minus 4 equals 5n minus 60. Okay, so once again, I'm going to draw a line. This line really, I feel like it makes my life a lot easier, so I like to draw it. And I notice again that I have n's on both sides of the equation. I don't want that. I want to get n by itself. So I have two choices. I could subtract 5n and subtract 5n. Totally fine. You could absolutely do that. Or I could do, right, this is negative 3n. I could do plus 3n. That would cancel this out and write plus 3n over here. I'm going to choose that second option because if I do minus 5n and minus 5n, I'll get negative 8n, and just a pain in the butt to deal with negatives. So I like to, whenever possible, just kind of keep my numbers positive. So this is negative 4, right? Notice this negative is attached to the 4. So when you bring it down, don't lose the negative. 5n plus 3n is 8n. And then I'm bringing down minus 60. Okay, so now the n is over here on this side, so I need to get n by itself, right? I don't care what's over there because my only goal right now is to get n by itself. I have all the variables on one side, done, and now I'm going to solve. So I'm going to add 60. This is negative 4 plus 60. That's the same as 60 minus 4, right? I have more positives than negatives. So if I imagine this was 60 positive signs, 4 negative signs, come along, knock 4 of them off, and leave me with 56 positive signs. This gets brought down, 8n, and now n is being multiplied by 8. I'm going to go ahead and divide by 8, and I get 7 equals n.